All right. So, Pisces, that's you. This is your Tarot Lumination singles mini love and relationship report for like late October over into early November. Okay. It's kind of a mid-month thing that we're going to start doing now, hopefully on a regular basis. Okay. So that's the plan. It's just going to be the middle of the month to the middle of the next month. Okay. Cards are already well pre-shuffled. We're just doing it to the last moment so that you're a witness. No reversals, no flyers, jumpers, or anything like that. Just a simple story. You can pause, stop, start, rewind as you need. So you can take all this in so I don't have to take all your time. Okay? And we're just going to keep it short and sweet and simple. All right, let's have a look. Oh yeah, you do the routine, you know that. Watch for your sun, moon, and rising. And some people like to do the cross watch thing, like if they, what they would be having for their dream relationship or somebody, Anyway, this is for you, singles, all right, specifically. Now, we're not a fortune teller here on Tarot Illumination, all right? Okay, it's not fortune telling. We're just talking about the energy fields because you're always radiating the energy of relationship anyway. Here we go. Cut. Cut. And cut. All right, and we trust in the process. So here we go. So this would be you, okay, Pisces? This would be the other, potential other. This would be the relationship, and this would be the prospect or the momentum. It's all a big kind of what if. Who am I right now? What am I radiating? What is my love energy that you're radiating? And so on over here. Who would they be? What are they radiating? What would their resonance be towards you? Over here, what would be the nature of the relationship and what would be the prospects moving forward? Under here, we're going to look at the circumstances around you. Okay, so you've got the Eight of Pentacles here. So in the background, let's just call it weather. The situation is, let's say, opportune for you to make the best of it. It might be a work in progress. It might indicate that you're up to your neck in work situations, or you're putting your, let's say, the environment. It could be in a work environment where something like this could occur. A lot of people do meet in the workplace, for example. It could also indicate that in the situation of love and relationship as a single, it might mean that there is, let's just say, a lot of work to do on oneself and to allow for the other to function. Because as you probably know, let me just get this chart, stay there. Pisces, in some ways, you're under a lot of pressure because of this. I'm not going to go into deep astrology here, but this little trigger point here in Pisces, and with Neptune in Pisces here, and this massive T-square, like touching you right on the nose, that's a lot of pressure to reveal whatever needs to be healed. So if you've got a lot of issues that need to be dealt with before you can get into a healthy relationship, please focus on that. And it might seem like work, but it could be worth it, okay? All right, Pisces? I'm not trying to judge or anything like that. I'm just suggesting, okay? Let's have a look at you. Wow. Ha 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 ha. Do. Well, let's just say if you're willing to do the work, a lot of the times in relationships, it's all about ourselves anyway, because we live through the process of relationship. And by doing the work on oneself, by examining and going deep within and understanding what is it that really is the self-undoing that goes on inside of us that inhibits or prohibits or sabotages potential relationships. So let's just say you decide to do the work and figure that out. Then you would be in a position where you have so much to offer, Pisces, in the way of big love, okay? There's no ambiguity here with the Ace of Cups. It's also the card of sacred opportunity. In other words, it's out there for you. That love energy, it's out there for you. It's not just going to arrive on a platter. The opportunity will arrive on a platter. Let's just say, so long as you're willing to do the work on yourself, to prepare yourself to be worthy, deserving, and open, and ready, willing, and able to receive this, because you have this to offer. Okay, love is as love does. You are loving, you are loved. Okay, be loving, be loved. So this is like the almost ultimate card to have in this position, where being that much, being loving in this way, sets you up for the potential equivalent return. We're not going to say that that's what's going to happen, but if you don't set yourself up to receive big love, it doesn't have a chance to happen anyway. You just end up, let's say, uh, at the mercy of circumstances. Let's have a look at the other. So, okay, with the Hanged Man here, it could be, my feeling is that because, dear Pisces, you might be kind of a work in progress yourself right now, going through a tremendous amount of, let's say, churning and figuring out what has to happen in the dynamics of relationship. I don't know if you noticed that on that chart, but there's a massive opposition here and a polarity going on right now, and it's under tremendous pressure from Saturn. So it's very serious matter here regarding having healthy relationships. And the healthy relationships comes down to being healthy from within, first of all. So it could indicate that with the Hanged Man here, symbolizing the potential other party, like who would they be, what would they be radiating, what would their love energy be? It might be in the form of a person who is, let's say, disembodied from themselves to a degree where they don't really know who they are at this moment in time, because they might need a lot of work on themselves too. The only reason I'm mentioning that is because a lot of times relationships happen in the process, in the context of reflection, the mirroring process that happens in relationships. So any part of yourself, Pisces, that is not fully integrated, where, let's just say, if you call all these pentacles here the work in progress, and you're only dealing with 2 or 3 items at a time, and you've got all these other items still as a work in progress, then it's like what you would attract in another is someone who is a work in progress themselves, in terms of reflection, where they are in some ways partly disembodied from themselves, because that's just who they are right now at this particular time period. There's nothing good about that, nothing bad about that. It's just kind of what it is. And so that would be the sort of potential energy you would attract in these circumstances. So nothing to be disturbed about here. It's just that it might be very disorienting. In other words, you might see reflections from yourself, of yourself, from a potential other that would really highlight the issues inside of yourself that still need work and attention for this work in progress to be, let's say, managed or taken care of, which would then allow you to radiate all this wonderful, like pure love energy opportunity, and having the chance to have this, and also being ready, willing, and able to receive it. So right now we're still looking at the energy of work in progress for you, Pisces. All right. So what? Let's just say this happened. Like you met someone right now and it would work out. Or let's say this kind of person is hovering around on the horizon out there and you are attracting this situation here. What would be the nature of this relationship? Well, it could be something that you'd want to hold on to. It could be something that could create stability in your life and could be empowering for you. It could be a relationship dynamic which could create stability where you get a really clear understanding of where you still need to do a lot of work on yourself. Okay? So that's good. This is potentially very rewarding for you, Pisces, although it might happen in a way that, maybe you wouldn't plan a relationship to happen this way, but it could be just what you need right now. Okay? So, no harm there. And also, okay, well, with the 4 of Pentacles here, what I was also feeling is that, let's say this happens. Let's say so-and-so shows up in your life, in your world, and you click, and it's triggering the things we just talked about, where you realize, my gosh, there's so much potential here, So much potential to receive from another, so much potential to share that love with another. However, it's very obvious that it's going to be, let's say, work in progress. That could be something that's worth holding on to, simply because you can benefit a lot in terms of like of the learning and the growing from there and building a foundation from there, because some of the most successful loving relationships are built on the understanding that it's very, very much about the energy of reflection and uh, what can I do for you? And what can I do for you? Well, let's put that in the pot that we call the relationship and grow that thing like a little plant so that the relationship has a life of its own. In which case, the Four of Pentacles could indicate you've got a solid foundation, something that you might want to hold on to. So what would the prospects be of something like this going forward if, let's say, you could handle that kind of pressure and allowing for how the laws of attraction work and how they play out down the long run? To do. Okay. Well, it's really simple. It's a happiness card. This is kind of the ultimate happiness card in terms of love and family in a way that shows. In other words, let's just say you get lucky and something like this happens for you on the horizons, okay, and your frequencies are building up to be able to receive this kind of relationship where it could solidify and have a degree of stability. Then there's a potential where the momentum, further down the road, maybe a few months or a year or whenever, could lead to more kind of a long-term happiness type of situation where it isn't just about love and romance between yourself and another, but it's actually something that has a solid foundation and you can count on for the future where, let's say, it expands and multiplies, where it's something that you could share. I mean, it's even in the form of happy family here. This is the card of the happy family, of like the people who have it all. And it's heart energy, it's love energy. We're not just talking about a fat wallet here, or a lot of like material success or intellectual expansion and things. It's much more to do with like the satisfaction of having a loving relationship where both parties really appreciate each other and it counts and you can count on it. Okay, so let's leave it at that. I don't want to spoil it by saying anything else, and we'll put this card here just for fun, so you got it for reference. And thank you so much, Pisces. Please make the best of this. Have a super season, October, November. Thank you. Bye-bye. All the best.